Okay, so in this lesson we're going to have a look at some typography, some basic typography and some font pairing ideas, things you can do with your text that will have a really nice effect. Now when you're looking through all of the templates, this has already been done for you, so someone who's designed these templates has thought about the typography, thought about the fonts that are used, the size, things like that, so you can go ahead and just use what they've given to you already. But if you want to put in your own text, here are a few ideas. So firstly, let's choose a template. Let's go for this one. Nice image in the background and some nice text. Don't fear the uncharted. Okay, so what they've done here, they've basically got a bolded font for the headline, which is uncharted, and a non-bold above it, which is like the subheading, the subpart. Don't fear the, and then uncharted is the main part. So number one is use bold and non-bold together. The next thing we can think about is the alignment. So these are both aligned inside the same space. So the D and the U align, and the E and the D at the end here align. So what you could do is have a go at spacing them out more. So I can click on this one. I can grab that over here. And then what I can do is come up to spacing, choose letter spacing, and actually just stretch the word out. So there we go. We have now, we've got one much more stretched than the other. You could also have a go at changing the size. So this one's quite large, so we could move that down. Okay. So now the uncharted is the key word that you're noticing. We can maybe space that out as far as we can go. There we go. We could do something like that. We could make this slightly in so that it's equal. Now they've used one font for Don't Fear Thee, and they've used a different font for Uncharted. So we could, we'll find out what this one is. This one is Railway, so we could change this one to Railway. Again, some fonts you're able to bold, some fonts don't. Some you can italicize, some you can't. So again, we could make that bigger, or if we wanted to keep it similar, we could try changing the color. So straight away again, we maybe need to space that slightly narrower so that it fits in. Again, there we go. We've got the same font. We've used one font for the whole thing, except we've got one larger and one now in color. We could keep the same idea, but instead we could change this font, maybe something like that, and then we could, this time we could italicize it. So you could have the italic, so it's tilted. Don't fear the uncharted. Again, you've got this without the italics, this with the italics. Next thing we could change is we could have the uncharted in capitals, and we could have this part in lowercase. Let's see. Well, that font won't work, so let's make sure we choose. There we go. Okay. Don't fear the uncharted. So again, we can maybe, now that we're using lowercase and uppercase, we could bring that a little bit closer together and try and center that up a little bit. So again, now we've got capitals and non-capitals. That's one other little technique you can use. Another idea within font pairing is to pair like a block capitals like this, but with a handwritten font for this part here. So let's try, see which one we could go with. Something like that. Let's try that. Oh, let's click in the box. Again, it's not that easy to read, so let's just try. You can try a few out. Quite hard to read that one as well, but find one that might work well. Something like that. It's not really handwritten. Let's try something like that. Don't fear the uncharted. So again, you've got a solid formal font with a more of a handwritten font above. That works well as another idea you could use. you could also have a look at alignment. So if we click on this, let's go back to something like that. Now what we could do is make this one even bigger. Okay, let's just center that up a little bit. Now with this one, rather than having it in the center, we could align it to the left. So now, again, this one's centered, this one's aligned to the left. Okay, so you can align to the right. I don't think that would look as good, but you can play around, have a go with your alignment. It doesn't always have to be centered. It can be something like that. Again, you can use tall and short font. So now you can see these letters are very tall and these letters are quite short in comparison. So tall and short, as well as bold and slimmer. So for this one, again, we could go back to something like that. Make it a bit smaller. Again, so you've got a really thick font here against a thin font. So there's all different manners of things you can do with that. Let's go back to, I think we were using Railway, but let's try something else. Something like that. Work nicely. Okay. So that's what you want to do with your fonts when you're adding in your own text. The ones in the templates are already done for you, and you'll notice once you think about things like this, are they bold, bold one matched with non-bold, etc. You'll notice it's used all through these templates, such as this one here. Dreams don't work unless you do. The same font, except you've got the white in Dreams and the rest of the text is in black. You've got this one here, you can just about see. Coffee o'clock, again, bold and non-bold, and you'll see that all the way through all of the fonts and all of the text. So I suggest have a little go, have a play around, try some of these ideas out to create some really nice looking designs.